All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start by giving our praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors as the Prophet Great Millstone, we told the truth and rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to Agam out there. Scatter balls to the fork on the earth. That serving is truth and true sincerity. To I say Shalom. This is about Nabala, continue the video in the spirit. And the top of this video is going to be about these plagues are not slack. And what sparked this video topic was, so last week you just had this HV variant that's supposed to be, the new thing that's might pop off. We gonna see, But now on another cruise ship, they saying that you got this neurovirus, that cause 115 people to get sick, man. So I'm like, God damn, man. You just got one last week that just came out of nowhere. Now you got another one that popped up this week. It's like, man, but hey, this is prophesied it was going to happen, man. Pestilence, man. Hey. And they also scriptures say that you're not going to be able to escape. It ain't going to be no escape from the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He's going to bring it to these people from all different angles, man. You're going to catch this, you're going to catch this. This going to happen to you, that's going to happen to you. These are the times that we're living in, man. Because why? This place just has to go. And things just have to be shut down. And that's why, the apostles and elders and brothers been talking about another lockdown, and it has to be another lockdown, man, because this shit has to stop. Because if especially Jake, if Jake is not stopped, they gonna continue to do the same shit. They gonna continue to live in their folly and BS. So I'm gonna grab this first. Jeremiah 28:8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's if that have not what we've been doing, of war. Did we not say that World War III was going to take place? Are we not in the beginning stages or in the beginning of World War III? Of evil. Are we not living in bad times, man? Are we not? Do we look like we're living in good times, man? You got so much crazy stuff happening on a daily basis, man. Parents killing kids, man, it's crazy. It's complete madness happening right now, man. It says in the pestilence. Now we about to have two. What you gonna do with two? How you can't make a jab that's gonna combat both of them. And if you make a jab, one single jab that can combat two different variants, that is some strong, serious shit. And I can guarantee you it's gonna do something. It's gonna do something for sure. But these are the times that we living in, man. And these are the times that was prophesied to happen in the scriptures. And for us that's in the truth, we love to see it, man. Because we know what it's for. We understand what these things are happening for. But these people in the world, they don't. And they not gonna never get it. I'm gonna come over here. Say here 16. And start at 14. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, it shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Yeah. So these plagues are not going to stop. I know people, 2020 happened, they jab and all that stuff. They said, woo, oh, well, Lord willing. Well, not Lord willing. They don't think like that, but they were saying, hopefully we won't see nothing like this, or hopefully that's past, and hopefully things can kind of get back to normal or get back to a good place. Because even since 2020, people are still scarred from that. You damn near cough or sneeze too much, people damn near looking at you crazy. Then when people do still get sick or extremely sick or whatever, they still want to say, oh, I had that Crown Royal 91. I had that. That's still a thing, I guess. So people are still affected about that to this day. And now you about to come with not one, but two more pestilence? Two more diseases? You're going to have people on edge, man. You're going to have people on extreme edge. So we gonna see. But things are only gonna continue to get worse and worse, man. The America and the world that people once knew is about to is never gonna return to what it once was, man. And you see it. A whole airline enclosed, man. No more free snack. Like, everything is changing. And does it look like they're changing for the good? No, they're changing for the bad. Esau he's getting ready. He's preparing that transitioning period to lock everything down. And not like in a lockdown sense, but to where he has total control, where you're in complete subjection, where you're living in his world. We live in his world, but completely his world. You know, that's what he's getting ready to do, man. So I'm gonna continue to read through to verse 16. It says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Yeah. So once these plagues are sent, they're not returning again, man. Like when an arrow is shot, you can't turn back. It's gonna keep going until it hit its mark. So that's the same thing with these plagues. These plagues are gonna continue to go forward until what? They fulfill their duties. They fulfill the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Verse 17 says, Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. Yeah, that's Ezra speaking. Why is he saying that? Because he's about to go into it, but he's seen how bad things were going to be in the times that we're living in right now. And he said, who's going to deliver me in these days, man? Because he understands that reincarnation is real. He understood reincarnation back then. And that he'll be back living in these days right now, man. And you see how bad it's going to get. So if Ezra is saying that back then, how much more people are going to be saying that now? How much are we going to be saying it now, man? Who's going to deliver us? But we have our faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that he's going to deliver us, that he's going to be with us. But it's going to be crazy. Verse 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? It says, behold, famine, plague, and tribulation and anguish are sent for scourges for a minute. So all these things are sent for scourges for a minute, because people have been living, especially Jake have been living extra wickedly, man. Extra. You got everybody a part of the community, everybody on that damn spectrum. Everybody just wicked. Jake smoking weed, committing adultery, women out of order, being hoes, YNs, man. It's too much. It's too much going on. So all these things are sent for scourges for a minute. But verse 20 says what? But for all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So for all these things happening, Jake's still not going to turn for their wickedness, man. And still not mindful of why these things are happening. They just think shit just happening. They just think, oh, it's a coincidence. Man, they said the HV started because a couple went to take pictures of birds at a garbage dump. I ain't never in my life. I'm only 28. But I have never in my life heard no one to willingly go to a garbage dump to go take pictures. And not even just some pictures of some damn birds. You can go to a park. It's seagulls all at the park. It's all type of birds at the park. Beach, all that type of stuff. You go to a garbage dump. And then it's like the brother was speaking on, when can you just willingly just go to a garbage and they just let random people come in and they don't. But Esau could just throw some shit like that out there and people be like, oh, damn, that's how it started. Because, man, people are simple, especially Jake. Jake is simple, man. But they don't understand, and they will never understand that this is Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai causing these things to happen. So I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna go to verse 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains can pass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." And that's what's going to happen, man. Sorrow is going to come upon this place on every side. It ain't going to be no escape. It's not going to be nowhere you can go. It ain't going to be nowhere for you to flee to escape these plagues, man. They not slack. Everything that from our apostles and elders on down that they said was going to happen in these scriptures are going to happen. And everything happens in this time and this season. It says in Ecclesiastes 3. So everything there's a time and a season. And that's especially what Jake loved to do. They'll hear us say something, and since it doesn't happen immediately or in a time that they think it should happen, then they think it's not going to happen at all. But that we operate on Yahweh Shem Yahshua's time, man. And he's moving these pieces. He's gotten things moving in sync with each other. Have got things moving how they're supposed to be moving. We're just like it says, Jeremiah 28:8. We're just telling you before it happens. But surely they're going to happen, because when you go to Isaiah real quick, 55:11, it says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. It shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." Yeah. So the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshua is not going to return to him void, man. They're gonna achieve what they're supposed to achieve. They're going to come to pass. We're just waiting. We believe that. We know that. We've seen it. We're seeing it now. The Lord confirming his words. We're seeing it right now, man. But like it says, it's given to you to know the mysteries. So the rest of them is not given. The rest of these people, the rest of Jake, they're blinded. They can't see it, man. That's why they're not mindful of the scourges, man. They just think bad things are happening just because. And they don't understand that it's Yahweh Shem Yahshua passing judgment on this place and passing judgment on you. So, and we're going to see, but things are going to continue to get worse and worse, man. It has to. The bad has to happen for the good to come. This is Matthew 24:7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are beginning of sorrows." These are the times that we're in right now. The beginning of sorrows, man. Nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Okay. Iran, America, Israel, Russia. DJT just went over there to China for some reason. Probably trying to kiss tail. That ain't going to work, because we know what the scriptures say. Russia's going to be a guardian to these other nations, and they're going to be backed by China. But we going to see what comes out of this. You know? It says there should be famines. Hey, the Strait of Hormuz. I think they just said, was it Friday? I seen a video. I think they said Friday, the last ship of oil came through the Strait of Hormuz. I think he said this past Friday. I can't remember. He said Friday. I don't remember which Friday he was talking about. I'm slacking. Can't remember exactly. But if that's the case, then what do y'all think is going to happen? If the last ship of oil just came through, what do you think is about to happen? Gas is about to boom for everything. Planes run off gas. Your trucks run off gas. Cars. Everything is damn near based off of oil, man. Oil is a very key essential resource that is used for a lot. And if it's going to be a lack of that, that means it's going to cause the cost of things that's oil-based to go up. And then what's also going to implement what? They're going to probably try to start rationing certain stuff. You go in gas tank, or you only can put $20 in your tank. What the fuck? So like, but you only can put $20 in your tank? We got a max out limit, $20. You know, Jake gonna go to gas station every day. They shit gonna be on full. They gonna put $20 in their tank just to keep they shit on full. If you gotta do that every day, 20 times 7, that's $140. That's $140 a week. Shit, in a month, what's that? 140, what's that? 280, 320, 460? That's 460? That's $460 a month. That's down to $500 a month in gas, man. And just gas alone. So come on, man. This is how real things are really about to get. That's when you go to verse 12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. The love of many is gonna wax cold, man. When them pockets start hurting. So we gonna see. So I'm gonna grab this Luke 21:11. What does it say? It says, in great, I'm gonna read 10. Same thing. I'm gonna read 9. It says, but when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Yeah. So yeah, we hear these rumors of wars. We've seen these commotions brewing and this stuff happening, but the end is not yet. Because what still has to happen? The MOTB still has to be made mandatory, and then World War III is going to fully pop off, and then the end's going to come. Verse 10, it says, Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in divers places, famines and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Yeah. Pestilence, man. 2, man. That's just mind blowing to me. 2. We gonna see, because now they got people coming back, you know, from the first cruise ship, saying they being heavily monitored and stuff like that. Now with this neuro one, what they gonna do with that? So, yeah, man, it ain't looking too good. It's not looking too good. So, I'm gonna grab this. 2 Ezra 15 and 49. It says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste the houses with destruction and death. And that's what the Lord is doing and getting ready to do. Widowhood, man. A lot of niggas is about to die. A lot of men are about to die. A lot of men are gonna get shipped off over here to fight in this war, and a lot of men is gonna get their ass slayed down, man. Why? Because some of these men with got families, they're gonna be set up to protect their families. And what is Isaiah 32 still have to be fulfilled. Rise up, you careless woman, man. You women still got to go through it. You got to go through it, man. So a man now I'm not equating this when it says a man should be a hiding place. The man of the Lord is going to be a hiding place. We're going to be a protection. But yeah, you got some men out here that's sent for these women, and they gonna try to protect their woman, and they're gonna have to get taken up out of the way, and the woman gonna have to go through it. So yeah, and that's also symbolizing how much death is going to be out here. Poverty. Everyone's about to be struggling. Everyone. Ain't going to be no money. Ain't going to be no jobs. If they do another lockdown and they make it where, like they did before, only essential workers can work. If you're not essential worker, you ain't going to have no job. And things not gonna open back up unless you have the MOTB, man. You ain't about to. They're not about to let you come back in society, because if not one, but both of these new variants really pick up, and they really play with the numbers and make them seem like they're such deadly, they're not gonna want you out here just roaming around free. They gotta make sure that, for one, that you got whatever it is that you need inside your body, and for two, that you got that MOTB. So you don't look like a threat to society, man, because they want to, because with that, they're going to be able to know everything. They can scan it and know your medical history, your vaccine history, all that type of stuff. They'll be able to know that. And if you don't have that, they can't scan you, then you're going to look as a threat to society. Yep. Famine, sword, pestilence. This is where we about to be at. And it's not going to be good. The scriptures talk about that. I'm going to grab this. Jeremiah 30:7. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start at 5. It says, "For thus said the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear and not of peace." We're in a time of fear, man. Ain't no time of peace, man. Ain't no more peace. Y'all can let DJT run that game of y'all want to. Ain't no more peace. More in a time of trembling and fear. And it's gonna sink in, and it really sinks in, it's gonna be too late. "Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness." Yeah. Men gonna be out here afraid. Terrified, man. Men gonna turn into a woman in that day, man. Screaming, terrified, and ultimately dying. Mowed down. Verse 7, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. He should be saved out of it." Yeah, it's time of Jacob's trouble. It's time for Jake to start catching it. But it's also going to be a time for trouble for all these other nations too, man. Everyone's going to feel it. Everyone's going to feel it, man. But that he should be saved out of it is the elect. The real men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And Lord willing, we are those men. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to close out. Daniel 12:1 says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." So it's going to be the worst time ever on the planet Earth, man, where Michael, the archangel, is going to have to stand up for us, for his true men. We're going to need spiritual intervention. That's how bad and serious it's going to be out here. It's not no time of peace. Ain't no good times. Everything is about to take a dramatic shift for the worst. And if you don't have Yahweh Shem Yahushai on your side, if you don't have the protection from him, then you through. And that's why it says at the end, everyone that should be found written in the book. Those are the ones who's going to be delivering. What's that book? That book of life, which is going to be the elect. The elect are the ones that's written in that book. If you're not part of the elect, you just through, man. I want to grab this one last scripture. Amos 5:18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light." Yeah. Because things are going to get bad, and they're going to hear about it. They didn't hear about the coming now. "Oh, please, we just want, can the Lord come and say, can the Lord?" And woe unto you. What is that going to do for you? The day of the Lord is not a good day. See, because y'all been misconstrued from Christianity, thinking that first of all you got a white man coming to save you with all love, and that's not true. It's gonna be a dark-skinned man cracking them clouds, man, and he's coming back with vengeance. It's a day of darkness and not light. And then verse 19 says, "As if a man did flee from the lion, and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Yeah. So the days that we're getting ready to enter into are going to be very dark days. There's no light in it. And you're going to constantly run into trouble after trouble. That's what that verse 19 talking about. You flee from a lion and you run to a bear. Or you went to a house and leaned his hand on the wall and the serpent bit you. Trouble after trouble after trouble. Ain't no escape. And we see it, and I see that starting right now with these pestilence. If these two really kick off and become a very detrimental, like they say they can be, it's over with. You got oil on oil shortage, prices on the rise, and then you got another, man, you're through. And that's why we want to need Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why this video I did last week is going to come down to faith, man. So our faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, as well as the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of these scriptures, man, is going to keep us sustained and keep us together. But for the rest of you people out here in the world, man, the rest of you 2/3 Jake, you through, man. So, hey, man, that's pretty much it. Lord, we're in this video is edifying. I'm going to close out by giving our praises to Yahweh. By Shem Yahushai. By Shem Rakakadash. Shalom.